Beloved brothers and sisters, soul family. I'm Geeia Ariati. I am the oracle for the 144 and beyond. I am of sound heart and sound mind. If you have not received any of my transmissions or my videos before, please be conscious and aware of where you are when you receive this message, as there are large amounts of frequency and quantum realignment during these transmissions, as they are done from a place of authentic, clear channel and from a place of interpretation beyond mind. It is advised, if it feels resonant to your truth, to take some deep breaths in the full receiving of this information, so it can alchemize, synergize, and balance you in all of your dimensional planes of expression, that being your higher self and your matter. This specific transmission is that we are speaking into that of a confusion around what source is. Around source being of higher mind, source being from the heavens, source being up above in the illumination of light. Whilst we believe that source is in the illumination of light in a higher dimensional plane of experience, then we actually prevent ourselves from recognizing that source is in all directions, in all things, in all expressions. That higher dimensional expressions of consciousness are not above, nor are they below. They are in all layers of dimensional awareness. Your awareness is layered upon layered upon layered, if you could even say that. It means that your cells, as one cell, multiply into many cells inside of a one cell, which has all of the information inside it. The first dimension does not exist below, nor does the 12th dimension exist above. They all correlate and overlap at the same time, in the same point of experience. So what we are confused about as human beings is that we think we have to ascend. When we ascend, we leave our center. The 0 point of the center is the point of creation that holds all information and all planes of existence, all dimensional realities, where time and space fold in onto each other and become one. You cannot say that the heavens above are above. Heaven is where your heart is. Heaven is outside of you. Heaven is all around you. Heaven is a concept created by frequency, vibration, and interpreted by mind. Heaven is a frequency and a light that is interpretable to a degree, but is only realized when it is felt and remembered. So when we talk about seeking different aspects and parts of ourselves, they are not anywhere other than right here, right now. When you travel through time-space continuum, you are not traveling outside of yourself unless you believe it to be outside of yourself. When you travel the time-space continuum, you are simply locating within the energy field a vibrational frequency or an energy signature that holds information of that reality. So you could say that you're traveling through time-space dimension. I am an amazing time traveler. I'm one of the best. And the reason that I am is because I know that we do not move outside of ourselves, but we are locating through the energy field this point of information. If you have worked with me or seen me do this, I basically hold to read the field, and then I move my awareness into the locational point of where that energy signature is, and I bring it to the forefront of my focused attention. This allows me to read the thread or the information stream that holds that consciousness expression of reality. Now that can be different versions of self, that can be different perceived timelines, that can be different realities. Different realities are no different to this reality. They are an interpretation of consciousness that we have made or believe is true and real based on our thought forms. Did Lemuria ever really exist? Who knows? Or is Lemuria another concept that individual beings have put so much focus, attention, lens on of information at a specific vibrational frequency that your consciousness is understanding itself through the interpretation of Lemuria? This is true and also not true. And one of the more challenging things about you coming into self-realization is recognizing this. Is that everything is true and simultaneously not true at the same time. Everything that you think, feel, and believe has truth, and it also has illusion. That is the very state and nature of this experience. And so when we look at these timelines, when you time travel back to a time of experience where you existed, you already coexist with that time right here, right now. Your Egyptian consciousness is overlapped with your current now experience. Whatever points of history you have journeyed are right here, as if they were in your vision right now, as if right here was an Egyptian temple of Isis. Because right here I am her consciousness. Right here I am Geeia Ariati. Right now I am all of that which I have been in this earth reality and beyond, because I have claimed the I am presence of my essence, of the essence of my created expression. So what that means is that there is no division point between time and space, although I'm in a reality that is defined by time and space. That time and space dissolves when you recognize that it is an illusion in itself. That these timelines you can travel through, and we did, from one point to another in light speed of a momentary of thought. That from Lemuria you could go to Egypt. From Egypt, you could go to now. There is no difference in what you could do then as what you can do now. It's simply the thought forms and the frameworks of your consciousness that prevent you from doing it. So in this very moment, if you can understand or understand that time, north, south, east, west, in direction, folds into the true north of that of here. There is all layers are one. You can access anything. You can receive information from anywhere. I was watching a YouTube reel the other day that was talking about Jim Carrey's documentation. The documentation was saying that there was 20 elite billionaires that were suppressing his documentary that was on how to create prosperity and abundance back from ancient Greece. Now, as I was receiving this, I asked my connection to Source, do I have this information active already? And the answer was no. So what did I do? Because I know there is no such thing as time and space. Because I live a reality where when I decide to put my focus and attention into something, I can read the information of it. The individual that was writing that reel and speaking into that space of wisdom or sacred text had seen the documentary. So I used his access point. I went into the point of consciousness that he was providing with that reel and retrieved the information on the sacred text of how to become wealthy with the velocity of money. I did not have to read anything. I did not have to access anything from within. I simply brought my focus attention into an information stream that he was presenting from, and read the codes, the frequency, and the word that was transcribed to me, so that I could hold it for myself and then I can gift it to others. That this idea of time and space prevents those from the information of your own channel. If you realize truly that you are limitless, then the limitless nature can go into the limitless information and wisdom that is all around you. This provides us freedom, sovereignty, breaks down the constructs of this reality, and there is absolutely nothing that any physical human being can do to stop one who has remembered. Because when you have remembered, you bend time and space. You align physical matter into a new experience. You change your physical reality. You heal illness instantaneously. You change the path and the timeline ahead when you recognize and realize that there are things that may not be aligned with your source guidance. That you see beyond what is here and now, and you have a prophetic vision into the future so that you can maneuver yourself around the possible hurdles. This is no difference to the human mind. We have spoken into the outside expressions of consciousness and how they can be maneuvered or tuned into. There is not one thing that I don't feel I could find the answer to. That can become quite boring, but also exciting when you let the mysteries of Source show you rather than being the seeker. When you trust and be present in each moment and allow your life to unfold in resonance to what you have become. From the internal lens, if you, as an individual being that is desiring to become self-realized, that has points of access that are needing to be witnessed, subconscious, superconscious, disassociated, disconnected, given up, however you want to see it, where something has been given away from you, it is just placed in a part of the energetic field that is you, that you are unable to access, that you have hidden from yourself. So when you are looking at traumas, when you are looking at patterns of behavior, when you are looking at things that are not working in your experience, the reason that they are not working is because there is a part of you that is sitting in the shadow aspects of unrealized self. The unrealized self is here and now. It is not in the past and it is not in the future. The only reason that one needs to go into the past is to see who they are now. If you could choose to become fully self-realized now, which is all timelines folding in on one, and your infinite God, Goddess nature becoming whole here and now, you would not need to look at your trauma. You would not need to dissect your past lives. You would not need to clear your karmic history, because it is all that of a guiding star for you to see yourself in wholeness. None of it has importance. It's only as important as we make it. And when we make our trauma important, we need to treat it as important. When we make our past life history and the information, knowledge, or wisdom that we have brought forth important to our human consciousness as to who we are here now, so we can claim our acknowledgements of the infinite nature of our being, then we treat that as important. But it is not. In the grand scheme of things, it only has value that you place on it. And what if you saw your value, your worth, and your unconditional loving expression? You would not need to step out of alignment of what you are here and now. And so the illusion is that you are separate from you. That there are parts of you that are not here, but they are just hidden in frequency that you are unaccessed to. The separation point is what is considered light at the lowest form of vibrational expression, that it appears to be dark. It is lack of information, that is all. That the information that is there just hasn't been brought to a vibrational frequency that it is illuminated in the consciousness. It is not separate. There is nothing within the experience that is of a point that does not have information. Even the void is full of information when you illuminate what the void truly is. The void is unconscious or lost time-space continuum. Information that has been inverted from the state of present expression. So if you look at some of our technologies that are very real, because we've made them so, and you look at something like archon energy, you look at something like dark matter consciousness, these exist because they were created from a place of unconscious thought, from a place where the lack of information was brought into the invention or the focus point of creation. So something, someone, a consciousness, created is God or oneness, created from an unconscious point, so lack of information. Something that was not illuminated in light. And so when you create from something that is not illuminated in light, you create more separation or more unconsciousness, more things that have very little vibrational resonance to that which is considered to be God's source creator. But in truth, all things are. Yet there are things that are created in separation that are considered not of God. What is of God is something that is created from the direct essence and presence of God's source creator in oneness. Anything outside of that has a distortion to it or a lack of information. When you are God realized, you have information at your fingertips or illuminating from within. When there are aspects of you that are in the separation point, it means that they have been yet to be illuminated into the fullness of the light of information. Separation points are where pain occurs because the human mind does not know how to interpret life without information. The brain has been designed to read information. The brain has been designed to seek and make sense of and problem solve. So if your brain is looping, it is because it is seeking information that is not yet illuminated, and it is in the shadow aspects, desiring to be seen and brought into the wholeness. This is the only difference where you will think that something is painful or easeful. When there is information, you are able to flow and make conscious sovereign choice. Where there is no information, you are stuck, blindsided, and imprisoned. Information and awareness sets you free. Illumination of God is that of information coming to the forefront of consciousness. If you as a human being would like to become your infinite potential, it is shining the light on the aspects of yourself that are unseen, because the information there holds the keys to this universe, to your entire reality. that there will not be one thing that you cannot look at and receive from. That you then become the creator, because you always were. You just didn't have the information in your brain's capacity to receive that frequency and make sense of it. There are many ways that we can use the distortions of this reality to undo this reality. One of the ways that I have been guided is to reverse engineer the separation point. That means talking to the separation point. That means understanding the ego illusion. That means understanding the false perception of light that is perceived to be matter, when matter is actually just a vibration of light. When you start to see, feel, sense, perceive, and know that beyond the confusion point, then the reverse engineering process is that you work with the reality you have that is based in polarity, and you meet the polarization with the opposite, so that you can unify and dissolve the separation point by using conscious thought. Thought creates feeling. The feeling is a vibrational frequency and an energetic resonance. If you are able to merge your thoughts and your feeling body together, you can undo the distortions of this reality quickly, easily, and fast. Because the consciousness synapses of this reality has allowed for different light pathways to show the law of one with more ease and grace, you can find this within the information field, that of time-space continuum that holds every process that I or anyone that has awoken from the dream has placed within the quantum energetics. You do not need to work with me. You do not need to do anything other than recognize that when you sit in here and that you choose to lean into where the information is lacking, to see the information that is held there, that pathway to find it, because of individuals that are not separate from you, have already done that. That what I receive here is the same as what you receive there. Only our perspective of this information is different, because I sit in illumination of light and you are still sitting in a point where you are yet to fully uncover your source realized self. And so you're receiving this information from a point where information lacks. But because you are meeting an illuminated expression of consciousness, it is reminding you by shining the light into those points of your cellular structure to say, this vibration exists here. Are you ready to meet me? And as we meet God, meeting God, this recognition accelerates, because information spreads like wildfire. And so as you receive from me, then you share this in your own perspective lens, from your own interpretation, from your own ability with consciousness, and that is gifted on. And before you know it, the illumination of light returns faster than you could have ever realized. Because just by sitting here, receiving these words, your entire energy field has recalibrated to a new state of being. And it is only the thoughts that are in the way of recalibrating to this instantaneous self-realization moment that prevents you from being in a place of full sovereignty. But at any point, the thought that is keeping you separate from ascending into the samadhi state, attaining Christos, and embodying all that you are, can shift in a moment. What is that one core thought form? And what would life be like if you let it go? If you enjoyed this communication, transmission, please like, subscribe, and share. Support my mission because it's your mission. And we are creating a mission of a new earth, of God's selves realized, where there is a different possibility of consciousness on the planet. I love you. Ahava.